This news update is brought to you by
This is the 6 p.m. Barbados Day update for Friday, August 15, 2014. A warm welcome to you. I'm Kmar Jordan. Good evening. Good news for hoteliers. The long overdue concessions promised by government will be delivered next week. Word of this evening from Finance Minister Chris Sinckler following a tour of the Sandals property in Christchurch, which is under renovation. Mr. Sinckler says it was never a question of if the concessions will be granted, but when.
The concessions which people talk about, they will get them. In fact, I spoke with Minister Chris this afternoon at lunch, and we agreed that by next week we'll try to get that out. And I want to make the point, because you know we live in an instant coffee society. Everybody wants everything done now. My thing is not just to do things now, it's to do things now but properly. And as Mr. Stuart will tell you, Stuart Lane will tell you, Mr. Lane will tell you, what we are doing, what we are going to do for hoteliers in Barbados and for tourism operators is not a transient waving of the pen or signing of a document by the Minister of Finance on the 67B of the Income Tax Act. We are going to make the concessions which Sandals got, all the others will get, but they will get it permanently, in permanent legislation.
The announcement follows complaints expressed by local hoteliers that they were placed at a significant disadvantage to Sandals, which has been granted millions worth of relief. Meantime, an increase in gun crimes is causing headaches for the island's law enforcers, and Attorney General Adriel Brathwaite is warning that it cannot be business as usual given the current trend. Speaking to reporters today, Mr. Brathwaite also promised stepped-up monitoring at all ports of entry, including seaports, where he said fishermen could be subjected to greater scrutiny.
We know that we have to be more vigilant even at the post office. We're going to have to do a bit more random check in terms of even our own fishermen when they go out onto the waters. Do a bit more checking. It cannot be business as usual. We can't assume that when guys go out fishing that they come back in with only flying fish and dolphin and lobster. I'm not saying that fishermen are involved. All I'm saying is that traffic into the country by boat, by air, by cargo, etc. We're going to have to pay more attention to it.
In other news, a top telecommunications executive is calling on Barbados and other governments in the region to remove taxes on smartphone devices. Chief Executive Officer for Lime Caribbean, Martin Roos, cautions that the region is already falling behind in terms of smartphone penetration and usage. As such, he says the region must make the necessary shift as part of its market liberalization efforts in order to better facilitate content creation and entrepreneurship, especially among young people. Mr. Roos, who predicts that the mobile data market will increase over the next 5 years, says failure to take urgent action will see the Caribbean being left behind in the telecoms world. Well, the day is almost over, but in case you didn't know, it's been Panama Day, a time when we pause and reflect on the contributions of those Barbadians who labored on the Panama Canal 100 years ago. In a message marking the day, Prime Minister Fernando Stewart noted the contribution of the men known as the Silvermen, who he says have forged lasting economic and friendship ties between Bridgetown and Panama City. The day, which is being marked for the first time in Barbados, saw the unveiling of a commemorative stamp at the General Post Office in celebration of the 100th anniversary of the official opening of the Panama Canal. So, happy Panama Day. Meantime, a solidarity march with the people of Palestine is planned for Bridgetown tomorrow. The event is being organized by the Caribbean Movement for Peace and Integration in collaboration with the Caribbean Against Apartheid in Palestine. It forms part of the global drive demanding an end to the war in Israel.
The real reason for the march is for us to demand peace in the Gaza and to also take a very strong stand against the government of Israel for its action against the Palestinian people. Now, Israel, backed by the United States of America, have been bombing the Gaza and have been killing many Palestinian people, including a number of children and women.
And now to this story of faith and triumph. A 97-year-old Barbadian woman says her cancer is now in remission after she pursued radical surgery for stage 3 cancer of the vulva 2 years ago. Rosalie Bailey, who is affectionately known as Mama, became the oldest person in Barbados and possibly the Caribbean to benefit from such a procedure. This radical surgery was performed at the Queen Elizabeth Hospital, which Mama says saved her life.
From the beginning, I really was scared. But after I get certain information on how it would work and it would be okay, it wouldn't be no problem. It wouldn't be no whole body on it, the whole surgery, something. He told me that I would have it from the spine down. And then after that, I said, all right. And I had it, and I'm thankful.
We continue to wish her the very best. There's regional and international news after this short break.
Hi, I'm Red Plastic Bag. Anyone who knows me knows I don't like cold. Sunshine reigns in my country. I love it.
Get your sun power.
To news from the region now, Montserratians will elect a new government on September 11th. Yes, the date is correct, September 11th, 2014. Governor General Adrian Davis today dissolved Parliament, paving the way for the poll, and announced that the political hopefuls will file in their nomination papers on August 25. 9 seats are at stake in the election, with the opposition People's Democratic Movement, as well as a new political party, gearing up to challenge the ruling Movement for Change and Prosperity for a mandate from the people. Premier Reuben Mead, who has already announced his slate of candidates, will be vying for another term in office under the theme, Team to Fulfill the Dream. On the international scene, tempers flared yet again in Ferguson, Missouri, after police identified Michael Brown, the African-American teen who was shot by police, as a suspect in a robbery. Police say the 18-year-old was one of 2 men suspected of robbing a convenience store shortly before his death. Ferguson police today released pictures to the media of a well-built black man intimidating a clerk after taking up a box of cigarettes from a store. But the announcement did not sit well with Brown's family, who said there are no facts before them to justify the execution-style killing of their loved one. And on that contentious note, we end this week's updates, but we'll be back again on Monday morning at 7. Until then, you can log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, or like us on Facebook for more news and sports. You can also catch us on iZoomi Media in bus terminals or on Screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. I'm Kmar Jordan. Have a fabulous, fantastic, and wonderful weekend, and let's see you again first thing on Monday.
This news update is brought to you by